So, Itsam, can you please confirm that my screen is showing visible and my mic and video is clear?
Yes, everything is okay. We're good to go.
Okay, let's start the session. So basically, our event is Open Source Seekho. It is day 2 of Open Source Seekho. And I'm the presenter, Abdul Rahim, Microsoft Student Ambassador. So today, this topic for the session is Introduction to Git. Git version control system. In this session, we will talk what is Git, why we use Git, why we should learn Git, and what are the various commands. I will try to cover all the basic commands and will not go into depth because that will be first of all, it will be confusing, and second, in depth at the first is not a good approach. So I will try to cover all the basic commands of the Git in this session. So let's start. Why learn Git? Why we should learn Git? There are numerous other languages. We should learn those. Why we learn specifically Git? So if I summarize this, then I will say that every programmer must learn Git. The reason, following are the reason I have mentioned. First of all, Git track changes. Git is a version control system. We will discuss in a couple of minutes. But first, we are just covering that why we should learn Git. Git track changes. Git is like it's a kind of software in which we snapshot all the changes. We keep a record of all the things that we are doing. Like if I am writing a website, then I will write some lines of code. I will take a snapshot of that code so that in future when I move forward and my website crash or something happened to my code and it's stopped working, then I have all the snapshots of my code. So I can just basically go to that previous snapshot and will start over again from that thing. This is the first point, that why we should learn Git, that it will allow us to track all the changes that we are doing in our code. Second is must have skill for programmers, that it is the requirement. If you go for LinkedIn and check the major requirement, like if you're a web developer, then they will definitely mention that you must have a good grip in Git and GitHub. So that's why it's a must skill for programmers. So the third point is Git make collaboration easy. How? Like on a GitHub, if I have a repository, then everyone has an access to that repository. I will assign my one friend that he will do the front end of the website. My other friend will do the back end of the website at the same time. This allow us to collaborate at the same time. He will do his part, I will do my part, other friend will do his part, and at the end they all can push to main repository. So we can work at a one time on a different scenarios or projects. So undo a mistake, same just I have told before, that if I did something, I made a mistake and my website got crashed, and I can go to previous working repository, like from the snapshot that I have taken, then I will undo a mistake that I have done. So the fifth point is Git ACE's open source experience. If you are new to open source, you want to contribute to open source, like I have told you all the internships about open source, then this is a must skill to learn. Without this, you cannot contribute to open source, in a sense that you will not be able to look upon on a repository or do some kind of changes, or know that who made this change, what this function is doing. So Git is something that will definitely give a boost in open source experience. So let's move forward. Introduction to Git. What is Git? I have talked so much that we should learn Git, we should learn Git. So what is Git? Git is basically a version control system. It is a software, kind of software that recorded all the changes and version of our software, our repositories. Let's take an example. You are in a shopping mall. You have a trolley on in your hand, or a cart type. So you are picking chocolate. You picked up a chocolate and put in the cart. You picked up a Lay's and put in the cart. So then after that, you go to the reception. Okay, you added 2 items in your cart. You go to the reception. You tell the reception to take a screenshot of this cart, so that I have to buy, I have to do a lot of stuff right now, but right now I want to take a snapshot of this cart, so that and on a future, when I want to know that which items were in my cart at that time, I can easily get it from you. So it's like taking a screenshot of every single work you are doing. In case if you mess up at some point, you can go back to and use that screenshot to start again from that point. I think I'm making it a little more messy, so I will try to make it more simple. So I told you that Git is a version control system. There are 2 types of version control system. First is centralized, second is distributed. Centralized is basically a version system in which there is only one central repository. All the workers have to push their changes to that central repository. Like me and my fellows are working on a central repository, then there is only one central repository. I am making the changes, other person is making changes. So if the main disadvantage in centralized version control system is that if I made such code that leads to the crash of my software or my repository, then the whole system will crash. Some example of centralized version control systems are Subversion and Mike's open. Thank you. Okay, so there is another version control system, that is distributed version control system, that is being used in Git. In distributed version control system, there is no central repository. All the users have the copy of project on their own local repository. Like there is on a GitHub, Facebook has uploaded their repository. I can download that repository on my computer. I can change all the thing on that repository. But if I want to merge it back to central repository, then they will check that my repository is valid, then they will merge. So in distributed, there is no one central entity. Every person is responsible for its own work. There will not be one point failure. This is the best advantage of distributed version control system. Best examples are Git and Mercurial. So next we will move to the Git. As I have told you earlier, that Git is a distributed version control system where we can keep track of all the changes in the form of snaps. Like I made this 3 lines of code, I take a snapshot of that code. I further proceed and made 6 lines of code extra, then I also take a snapshot of that code. So in case that I want to know that at that particular time my code was running very fine, so let's go to that snapshot and start over again. This is basically the best advantage of the Git so far. So if we talk about the practical example of Git, what is a practical example of Git? Google Doc is a practical implementation or example of Git where we can see all the changes made to the document. Let me show you that why it is a. I have this things I have made this Git. So let's click on here. Last I did 33 minutes ago. You see all of these are snapshots. All of these are snapshot. Like I want to know what I have did at this particular time. I will click on it, so it will show me.
We cannot see your screen, I guess.
You're not able to see my Google screen.
It's visible. It's visible.
It's visible. Okay. So like these are all the version histories, all the versions, right? So if I click on any of the thing, then it will show like this. You can see that I have removed this system. The cut line will say that at that time I removed this system and changes this new update of system. This is a practical example that I can show you right now. So let's move forward to the Git. Features of Git: track all the changes made to the projects. Okay, contain a message to explain the change. Like I made a change. I make a snapshot of a change. I write let's suppose I write a web development page, HTML page. I added 2 sections of headers. Then I will commit that change with a message. I will take a snapshot of that change with a message that this time I am basically adding headers. So it contains a message to explain the changes. Third, include tags to distinguish between different versions. Like on my HTML website, I have made 5 to 6 changes. I can pick up any change and put a tag on that change, so that other people will know that this tag is important. So mean this change is important. The change that I have made at this particular time is important. If all of these things are not making sense, don't worry. We will see all of these things in practical example in a bit of time. Do not worry if it is not making sense right now, because it is kind of complicated thing. I will try to make it simple and in the later practical work. So the fourth point is move between any of the past version. Like I have told you before that if we have 6 to 7 snapshot of my project, I can move between any of the snapshot. Then it will particularly take me to that code, and I can proceed from that code. The fifth point, it provides total security and freedom. Security and freedom in a sense that all the person can know that who made this change. If more than one person are working on a repository and someone write a malicious code, then at least we all other people will able to know that who made these changes. So it kind of give us a security and freedom. So let's give you a brief hint of what is GitHub. So far we have understand that Git is will make us able to commit our changes, like take snapshot of our changes on our local machine. Git is a software that is installed on our local machine. Okay, so we made all the changes on our local machine. But what if I want to show those changes? I want to show that project to my friend. How I can show them the project? Then there's where the GitHub comes in. GitHub is basically a cloud platform where we can push our changes, where we can upload our projects, where we can upload all the changes, all the things we are making in our project. So GitHub basically is nothing, just a website, a cloud platform website, which gives some additional command tools and overall flow for developers that we can collaborate on various projects. So features of GitHub, like first of all, we can upload project. Second, we can copy a project locally using fork command. I will show you how you can do this. So let me know if you are unable to see the screen. So are you able to see this GitHub repository right now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I made a point that we can GitHub able us to copy a project using fork command or clone command. Basically, fork command is something, this is my own project, so I cannot fork it, but it is like someone other's project. Like let me show you. It's okay, this is Chris. I will go to his GitHub page and repositories. Okay, so I like his Jupyter Notebook repository. I like this work. I will click on it. I want to change, do some changes in this repository. Like I think this file is something not good. There must be some code in it. So I need a change. I want to change in it. I cannot directly change in it. I need to fork it. Fork basically do what? It copy all this repository into my GitHub, my personal GitHub. Like let me click on it, fork. So right now you can see, so it changes, like it's X Faruqi, it's my name, so it kind of become my repository right now. So all the changes that is made onto this will be on my GitHub profile, not the actual repository. This is how GitHub kind of work. This will be explained in detail later, tomorrow. So let's move to second point, how I can clone this repository, my web repository, into my laptop on my local device. How? So basically I will go here, I will click on it, copy. You can simply download the zip, it will download a zip file, but I will show you the command line approach. You can click on it, copy, and okay, let me just okay, this screen will be smaller now. Let me, okay. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes.
Okay. This is basically this is command line. You will work also on in command line. I will show you later. Now currently I am telling you how you can clone someone's repository on your local machine. So right now I am desktop. Okay, right now I'm desktop, like you can see. I will make a directory like open source. Okay, I make this repository. Now I paste the command like git clone in this repository open source. First I have to go to open source uh, directory. mk, this is Linux command. If you do not know, mkdir make directory. Next I am putting the name of the directory. So cd command basically do what? It will take me to that directory. Right now I am on desktop, as you can see. So cd command and the name of the directory will take me to that directory. If I press enter, that I am in open source directory. So right now in that directory, I want to clone this website. So we go here code, we click on it, copy, we write the code like git clone and control V, paste it and hit enter. And now you can see it is cloning into my web. So now it's been done and it is in my local repository. Now it is in my laptop. How I can see? ls command is basically show you what is inside this folder. I click ls, so it is my web repository. This is my web repository. I type my web, so it will take me to my web. Now you can see master command. Why this command is showing? Because this repository is a git repository. Let me click ls, so you can see all the files are here. You can see also web4, web3, web2, index.html, web4, web3, web2, index.html. So it is basically been cloned to my local repository. So let's move forward. So features of GitHub we were talking, it give us a solution in the form of pull request. Like if I feel there's some bug I can fix, then I will send a pull request. And other is we can use GitHub action for various tasks. So this will, all of these will discussed in detail tomorrow. So let's start with Git. So right now we are actually starting Git. Before that I was just giving you a overview that what is Git and how we can do things. And let's go to install. For Windows user, if you're a Windows user, just click on this link, then download the file and installed it like next, and you will by default installed it. Let me show you. So this is been installed onto Windows platform. So there is no difference in the command line. Here is a shell command. You can see all the things here. So basically the screen, the greenish or black, this is basically the GitHub version, sorry, Git version for Windows. And this is the link from where you can download. Press on download, it will download and then install. So this is how you can install it. And next for Mac, you just need to run this command into terminal. And similarly for Linux, run this command into terminal. So before getting deep into the Git, we need to know some basic terminologies about Git. First of all, repository. I have talked a lot about repository. So now let's understand what is repository. Repository is, in a simple term, if I say that it is a folder in which all of your files are present. Like if you can see here, this is my web is a repository. All the files are present in this repository. So this is kind of repository. Next we have commit. So commit is like a snapshot, actual snapshot. Like you made some changes and then ask GitHub to take a snapshot of that changes. That process is technically called as commit. So next is branch. Branch is a different line of development. Like I will say, that I'm working on a website, my personal website. I'm working on main branch. In main branch, I am basically making the front end of my website. I asked my friend Azim, hey, can you please make a backend of my website? He said, sure. So if we both work on same branch, same directory, then it will create some kind of clash. Like I am running at one end and it's loading, and at the same time Azim's run some codes, then it will kind of create a clash at that time. So that's where we use branch. I make a branch for my personal work. If I'm making front end, I make a branch of front end and do all the work of front end as there. Azim will make another branch of back end and do all the work there. Then we will merge those branches into one branch so that both of those work can run as a entity. So here's written all the things you can read later. Next is let's get to practical work, configuring the Git. Why we need to configure the Git? Configuration is very important because every time we make a commit, then it will tell it the commit message will be configured with this detail like username and email. So if I make a commit, then at the commit message I will show you later that in the commit message you will see my name, my email, so a person will able to know that who made these changes. There is a big repository, I'm working on big company, and they give me a module, I'm working on it, and suddenly I saw some code that is not written by me. So I just go and check who wrote this code. So basically Git also allow us to check this change, this snapshot is made by whom. So that's why we need to configure. First, I have configured all, but I will again can configure it. You just no, it's not copying it. Okay, just copy this command and paste into the terminal. I have this in already. Let me copy it and show you how it. Okay, here is it. Let's not just copy both command. I will just paste this and configure list. Okay, this will show all the details that been configured against my ID. The basic thing is this. So okay, this is my repository that is I have cloned from web. That's why it's showing GitHub, X4Rookie, etc., etc. Let's make it simple. This is getting complex. I am making a new repository. CD desktop. Okay, day 2. Okay, if I run git configure list, it will show this thing, username AR Faruqi, that is my actual name that is configured into my this terminal. I have already configured it. When you run this, it will show nothing. User.name x Faruqi, my name, user.email arfaruqix@gmail.com. This has been configured by me already using these two commands. This third command, git config list, will show you detail about this like I have shown. So let's create a repository into our local machine. Right now, this mkdir day 2, this command make a repository into local machine. This also make a repository into local machine, but this is not a Git repository. What is the difference between a normal repository and a Git repository? It is very simple that normal repository will not able to take a snapshot of all the changes and all the features that Git can provide. So let's make a Git repository. I am in a let's go to day 2 repository. So I am in a day 2 repository in a folder day 2. So I am making this normal repository a Git repository. Okay, what command will be used? Git init. This command will be used. That's all. So now this repository, like you can see, master means the main branch. I am currently on the master branch. This repository is now been like I can say it's a Git repository. We can see it is actually a Git repository or not Git by using Git status command. Okay, so it says that I am on branch master. I have made no snapshots. I didn't do anything, no commits yet, and nothing to commit. And there is nothing, no file as such that I need to change. So next, this Git Init will initialize a Git repository into our local machine. And I have cleared that what is the difference between a normal repository and a Git repository. That is, Git repository will take snapshots, all the change, it can record all the change and all the thing that Git provides. So next step is the cloning. I have done this before, Git clone, when I clone my web repository into my local machine. You can use this command to do that. Okay, next our command is Git Status Command. I have also shown you this Git Status Command. It tells us that I am on branch master. This is the by default branch, and there is no as such commits, and nothing is been created onto this. So next, Git commands. So let's proceed with Git commands. Git has various commands to do various functions. So we will discuss one by one. Okay. So it just shows that there is nothing to commit when I Git status command. Okay. Second is Git add command. Before I can tell you about add command, let's make some files and changes. This is another Linux command, touch. Touch command basically creates a file. Like I want to create a file of txt that I can use this command, touch command. Then touch, I will name it like index.html. So this command will create a index.html file into folder day 2. Okay, so it's been created. We can see that either it is created or not by using ls. Ls shows that there is a file index.html. There's one more thing. I say that this repository is now Git repository. How we can know that this is a Git repository? Besides, this is a master command. This shows that this is Git repository. But there is another way to know that this is a Git repository, and we can see what actual a Git repository is. So we will use the ls command, and there is a flag with ls command that is /a. With this command, it basically shows all the hidden files. So you can see the dot and .git folder. These are repositories in my day 2 folder. So if I go to this git folder using cd.git, so I am right now in git folder. Let's see what is inside this git folder using ls command. Okay, so you can see there is head, there is configure, there is description, there is hook, info, objects, and refs. We will discuss about this later, that what is head, what is configure. This configure file is basically the same file that I show here. You can see Git Configure List. So this is basically, this is the same file where all the record of the configuration is been stored. So let's get back to the day 2 repository using this command cd dot. It will move backward to main repository. Okay, now we are into day 2 repository. I have already make a file name as index.html. This is totally empty file. Let's fill this file using code and that dot. It will basically open VS Code at this folder. Okay, so yes, the VS Code has been opened. We will click on index. As you can see, this is empty file. We can fill it. If any of you do not know about web, then this is just a basic thing. I am not telling anything in detail. So just like I'm filling this file. That's all. That's all you need to know, that I'm just filling this index.html file. Why? I will just tell you just a second after. I just write. You can p tag hello, how are you. I save this file and turn off this code. So I just, what I did, I basically added some line of file in this file index.html. We can see these changes. Like if we run git status command, then hit enter. So now it is showing untracked file. It is basically status command showing that you made changes, but these changes are untracked, means to say that I am ready to take a snapshot of these changes. Git is not that intelligent software, like it automatically takes snapshots of every single line of code you write. No, it didn't do that. It basically only takes snapshot at those time when we says git to take snapshot, and we take snapshot with these commands git add and git commit. So first talk about git add. What git add do? Basically this command will add all the files in the list of snapshots. I have changes different files, so I want to take a snapshot of those files. So git add basically you can say it will list down, it will make them ready, that it is your turn for the snapshot, that be ready, I'm taking a snapshot of you. This is basically git add do. In technical term, I will say that git add basically take these changes from working directory to staging index. So what is staging index? Let me tell you first. Staging index. Okay, now, right now we are in the working directory of day 2. At this working directory I am making all the changes, right? If I want to make a snapshot of that changes, then I will send my files from this working directory to index file, because the cameraman is at this index file, right? When I send these files to the index file, the cameraman says the files that be ready, I'm going to take the snapshot. After the snapshot, the cameraman will send that snaps to the git head. Basically it will saves all the snapshots from index to head, means to say all those snapshots that I have taken will be recorded into the Git repository, or in a Git, yes, in a Git repository in a simple term. So Git add basically does, it put a file from working directory to index directory. Okay, so git add will put a file from working directory to index directory. This is written all here. So let's check how it do. So right now you can see when I run the git status command that it is showing this file is untracked, right? Means this file is not being tracked. Let's track this file by git add index.html. This command will put index.html file from working directory to index directory, staging index. Hit enter, and if we run again git status command, now it's say changes to be committed. Cameraman is saying, okay, I have received the things that I want to take a snapshot. I have all the code that you sent to me. Now I am ready to take the snapshot. Give me a permission. So how the permission has been given? There comes the git commit command. If we write the git commit command, it will give the cameraman to permission. Let me hit enter. So let me tell you one thing. If there's two way to give the cameraman permission. First is git commit. It basically opens the VS code, and in the VS code we will write a message about the commit, about the snapshot. Like I've told you before, if we are taking a snapshot, then we will write a message behind that snapshot, that this message clearly tells that why this snapshot is being taken. So I will hit enter, git commit. So it just opened the VS code. Now at any point, like in the end, I can hit enter, and here I will say created first index.html file. So this will be the message that will be in the you can say written in the snapshot now. So I just press Control S, save it, and close this close it. So now you can say that the snapshot has been taken. Now if we run again Git status command, then we will see that we are on branch master, nothing to commit, working tree clean. Means that all the changes that we have made are now been taken, all the changes have been snapshot and saved in a Git repository, in a somewhere Git save all those files. So now I want to see that what are those like snapshots. I want to personally see, okay, that I made a snapshot. Let's see what is it. For that we will use the Git Log Command. Okay, so Git Log Command basically show all the detail. First is commit, that the change that I have made. Next is SHA, there is a specific key for against each commit. Next it is showing that head is at the master branch. The head basically tells that we are currently in the master branch. If there are more than one branch, like another branch, I will name it like front end branch, then if we are on that branch and working, then head will show that we are on the front end. Then instead of master, it will be written as front end. So that's what head says. So next it is author X Faruqi. Next my Gmail account, that this is done by me, and the date I have made these changes, I have taken these snapshots, and the time and the seconds, etc. So this is the message created first index.html file. So what we are seeing right now, that the change that I have made, all the message that with that change, the author detail and the date and the commit SHA. If you remember in the first step, then we were configuring the GitHub. Then I say that we need to configure GitHub. Why? That's where we need to configure GitHub, because with every commit, it need to show that who made these changes. In the configuration, we tell our username and email address. So it will definitely be different if you try it at your end, because your email and the username will be different. So this is a Git Log Command. So we have covered the Git Add Command, the Git Commit Command. So if you read this Git Commit Command, basically takes snapshot of those files that are added in the staging area, like that are added to the cameraman. Staging area is considered as a cameraman. So this will be the command. So if you need this, I will share the files to you. You can see this and try these commands. Okay, so next is a Git Commit Shortcut. Like we were first doing, first we were, let me give me a second. Okay, first we were doing first we were adding the change to the cameraman, like staging area, then we were committing that change. Okay, we can do both of these steps in one single step. How? The command used is git -a m, and like we enter the message. First let's add a new file, so that we made a commit to it. Touch css. Okay, not like we say laptop.css. Okay, this will create another file named as css. ls command will show that we have right now two files. First is index.html, second is laptop.css. We have committed this file index.html. This file has been created just now. So if we run git status command, what will it show? Let me hit. Here we go. Laptop.css. It is again showing that this file has been untracked. Do you want me to take a snapshot of this file? It is asking us. If we want, then we will follow the same procedure. First add the file to staging index, then commit the file. Now I will show you how we can do both of these steps in one line. The command is git dash a and m. Basically, A is telling that add it to in the staging index, and M is showing that I am going to give you a message on this one line. I don't want you to open VS Code. I will put my message in this one line. So we will put the message created CSS CSS file and put it into commas. So if we hit enter, okay, so it is okay, I get it. Okay, git a and m an option. Let me see where is the problem. Okay, the most similar class, let me show you that command is same, then why it is giving me error. What is the command? I just created CSS file. Okay, unknown option. I think I'm just making some kind of mistake right here. Git add. Okay, let's leave it for now. I will tell you later about this. Okay, it means that you can use a single line command to do the same work like I'm doing right now in the proper way. So first we will add the laptop.css. Let me give you a shortcut key. So I'm not writing the complete laptop.css. I'm writing LA, then hit tab. What tab button do? It will auto complete the statement. So if you are using the command line, then this is a good approach instead of writing the complete line. So hit add. So basically this command do what? This will add this file to staging index. This will add this file to the cameraman. Okay, cameraman, this file is here. Now I want you to take the snapshot of this file. So to take the snapshot, we give another command. The another command is git commit m. Okay, created CSS file. Okay, so before at the previous, when I hit into the git commit command, I just write git commit and it loads the VS Code. So if we do not want to load up the VS Code and want to enter the message in the command line, then we can use this command. If I hit enter, it will say one file change, 0 insertion, 0 deletion. Why? Because we have not written anything in the CSS file. It's just an empty file that has been taken a snapshot. Okay, we made this file, git and allow git to take the snapshot. So if we run the git status command, what will it show? It will show nothing, because all the changes that we have made so far into our repository now has been committed. Now it's been saved in a Git repository. So if we want to see it, we can press the Git Log Command. So we can see the first commit and the second commit. As you can see, head is on the still on the master branch because we have only one branch. And later on, when we have different branch, we will see the head will be on different branch. So the latest commit that we have did is this one, created CSS file. Author is same because I have done this. Date will be changed like few minutes or seconds. Okay, so this is the Git commit commands. So the visual, I have told you already that this is three in the Git. There will be the three things. First is the working directory, the directory at which we are doing everything. This is day 2 and the master branch. Then when we want to add it into the staging index, then we send the file to staging index. After that, we commit it and save it to the Git repository. Okay, so next this is also the visual representation. Here we can you can see the head is on the test branch. Right now the head is on the master branch because we have master branch and we are working on master branch, but this person is working on currently test branch, so that's why head is pointing on the test branch. We will see it a little bit later that how this thing works. So next is Git Log Command. As I have shown you already that what Git Log Command do, it will show all the details of the commits, not all the detail but the necessary detail, like what is the commit SHA. This SHA key is very important because if we want to find our specific commit, then we can use this SHA key to find that commit, because right now only 2 commits, but if we are working on a big repository there may be like millions of commits, so we will scroll all of those commits to find a particular snapshot or commit. No, we use this SHA key. How we use, just I will show you in a minute later. Okay, the Git log command that I have shown have some flags with it. This is simple Git log command. Okay, so it has some flags with it. These are the flags like one line, stat, and p. Let's explore it one by one, that what these stats do. Okay, before that, because we have only 2 commits here, let me open up another repository, because in my web repository I have a lots of commit though, so it will be easy to understand that what files been modified and changed and all these things. Okay, the name is cd. Okay, just a second, let me find okay, not it is now working. CD desktop, I am on the desktop. CD, no, just a second. Okay, here's the, where is the file? Okay, MLS. What we let's open source, cd open source, and okay, let me clear. Okay, open source, so cd. Now I'm on my web repository, so we will resume our work. It's the same thing, nothing changed, but I choose this repository because this repository have a lots of commits in it. So to understand the Git log command, I think this repository is a good approach. So let's check what are these. Okay, if I enter git log, so you can see these are all the changes. I need to press down button and see added WhatsApp link, GT link update. I made all these commits and these messages been shown with each commit. So this is how Git work in a big repository, right? So if we want to get out of this screen, just press Q and we will out of this screen. So this is what Git log command show. Now let me use the flags of Git log command. As I told you earlier that Git has some extra flags. One of these flag is git log one line. So let me enter it, one line. Okay, as it is clear from its name that it will show all the one line. Yeah, I made this mistake hundreds of times, always written online, so it is one line. Okay, so as you can see that all of these commits that we have made is been written in just one line, like the SHA of that commit and the message of that commit. Okay, So head is still at the master branch, and let me use another flag of git log. So next flag is git stat, log stat. One line does what? It show all the commits in one line. So next is git log stat. Okay. So as you can see that this is a more advanced version of git log. It not only display the commit messages and the time, but also it shows us more detail, like how many lines been changed and how many lines been removed. Here you can see I inserted 59 lines. This 50 plus sign shows the insertion, that I inserted 59 lines and I have deleted 9 lines. So 9 deletion and 59 insertion. One file change in this commit. Okay, so 68 will be the total. So this is how everything works. Like if you can see at this stage, at this commit, I have changed more than one file. Like you can see 7 file change, 619 insertion. So this will be the a big change. The big commit in which I have changed a lot of files. If you press down arrow, and we can see all the commits that I have done so far and detailed things. So the let's recap. Git log command, press Q. Git log command show the detail of our commits, the author name, date, and commit message. Git log command show only this much detail. Okay, and git one line shows this much detail. This is the result of git one line, and git stat will show detail about 69 insertion and 9 deletion. So I want that I want to know that what exact lines been changed, like which exact line of code I have written and which exact line of code I have deleted. I want to know that. How I can know? There is another command, like it is git log p. It is a flag of git log. So we will write it git log p. When we hit enter, here we go. So as you can see, it will give you all the previous detail, like we have author is X Faruqi, date is this, this is the commit message. Okay, so now it will show me that which exact lines I have deleted and which exact line I have added in this particular commit. So it is not like, it is very cool. I can go to that particular commit and I can even see that, okay, this line was been deleted and this line was been added at that time. So this is the command which show exact lines of code that is been added and removed from our repository. So if we scroll down, it will show all the lines that's been added, deleted. So it's a next commit message. Okay, so the deleted message, the added message. So this is what the git log -p command do. So if you want to exit this screen, just press Q. Let's press a clear command. For Windows, it is CLS. It will just wipe all the screen and the mess on the screen. It will make it a little simpler. So this is the what git log command do. Next I want to search a specific commit using the SHA, git log one line. Okay, I just copy this SHA, and now I want suppose I have hundreds of commits. I want to particularly find that SHA, that what is the commit been made in that SHA. So the command is git log and the paste the SHA, like git log and SHA. So if I hit enter, it first you will say that I am saying that it will show that particular SHA, but it is showing a lot of commits. So what is the benefit of that? So if we look closely, the first commit will be that commit that we were looking for. So this is the SHA command that I paste. Like you can see 691A230, 691A230. Okay, so it will show that particular SHA. Then after that, all those SHA preceding, all those commits that are preceding this as commits will be displayed. Okay, so let's press Q. So now you understand that how you can find a particular SHA. Now some of you might say that okay, SHA is something good, but I want to know, I only know the git commit message. Okay, I want to see the changes at that commit message. How I can see that changes? So uh, basically there's another command for this. This says git log p grep and is equal to message. Here you will enter that message. Let me show you. Let's we copy this message. This is a commit message. Basically we are copying it and we will paste it. Just forgot this command, git log p and grep is equal to, okay, here we go. That particular message, remove unnecessary line, the particular git command that I just search for, with this command git log p grep is equal to, I put this remove unnecessary lines. So now it is showing that particular commit, all the changes, all the lines of code that has been added and that has been removed from that commit, and other detail of that commit is been shown using one single command. So these two commands are beneficial when we have a very large repository and we want to find a particular command and we just knew it's a SHA key or just its commit message, that we can find it using these commands. I have written all of these commands here. Basically both of these commands show the SHA, but approach, they use different approach. Like log p command will show in detail and the git show command will give you a little bit about the information about that SHA. Let's move forward. Okay, so next we have git rm. So rm command basically is used to remove something. Like we have, okay, I will not do changes here. Let's not do change here. The other file, okay, the day2 file that we have made at time before, the repository. So ls command will show that it has two files, index.html, laptop.css. Let's suppose I create a new file using touch command. Touch command is hello.txt. Now it is three files in this repository. So if I remove this file hello.txt using normal command rm normal command, or using GUI, like I go to that folder and hit delete button, then what it do, it will be tracked in the git logs. Let me show you how. Let's sudo rm remove. Rm basically remove is command used for remove. This is Linux command. We will have a workshop on Linux very soon where I will tell you about these basic commands. So sudo rm hello.txt. Rm basically remove it. If I press enter, it will ask me password because I use sudo. Let me enter the password. Okay, so if I press ls to see how many files are in this repository, it will show two files. It means hello.txt has been removed. But if we press git status command, okay, there might be something wrong here. Okay, I understand my mistake. I just created the file and deleted it without git knowing. I didn't add it to staging index. I didn't like commit that file, but let me delete the index.html file. Sudo rm index.html file. Okay, sudo spelling is wrong. Index.html file. Okay, now it's been removed. Index.html file is been removed. If you remember that we have made some changes in index.html files. So if I run the git status command, now it will say, hey, you deleted a file. We are keeping a track of that file, but you deleted it. So if we do not want to track the deleted file, now it will keep tracking it. It will giving this error over and over again and again that you deleted this file without git command. You just simply delete it. So we have a tracker for this file still. So what you want to do? So that's why we need to use the Git Rm command, not simple Rm command, but we will use Git Rm command. Git Rm command do what? Basically, it deletes some file and also tells the Git to stop tracking of that particular file. Okay, so Git Rm command basically not only delete the file, but it also tells the Git to stop tracking that file. So let's reset this thing because I do not want to delete this file. How we can reset this thing? Okay, oh sorry. So next is Git reset command. Git reset. So let me run the status command. What is your? It's still saying you deleted this file. So reset command has further 3 flags. In simple reset, if we just write simple reset, it will not recover the deleted file. To recover the deleted file, we will write the git reset hard. So now it is saying head is at now the first commit. Okay, so if we run the git status command, so it will hopefully show the okay, it just saying that everything is all right. And if we press the ls command, here we come, we have index.html file that is been resetted. So the file that has been deleted by rm command, with the reset command it has recovered. So the thing head is now at 1e0. It is basically showing that head is now at the last commit. Last commit was what? Last commit was this commit. Like when we created this laptop.css file, then we commit this file. So this was the last commit, and Git knows that at the last commit, Git remembers when this file was committed, then Git remembers that there was another file named at index.html. So this is what Git reset command do. It will reset the system to the last commit. So all the things, all the changes that were before the last commit were recovered. So even we have deleted it, it can be recovered. So next git reset has been completed. So you can see it has further 3 flags. You can say it flag: soft flag, hard flag, and mixed flag. By default it is mixed flag. Soft and hard have different functionality. You can see and check it up. Okay, next we have git tags. So git tag, what git tag does, let's see this understand this example. So this is this 09fe2a, these are all the commits. Just say that this is commit. This is basically SHA. So I just remove all the SHA keys. Let me show you. 9. Okay, I just put this 1 at here, like 0 at here, and the first letter of the SHA at here. Okay, so these are all the commits, but I want a particular commit to be as a tag. Why I want a particular commit a tag? Because it will give an extra edge to that commit. So like as you can see, there are like 5 to 6 commits, but you will see the F commit at first because there was a tag on it. So it is emphasizing that this commit is kind of very important. So if our software has very kind of versions, so we can give them a tag like version 1.0. So similarly, at some particular commit, we can assign that commit another version 2.0. So this is what basically tag do. It will emphasize a particular commit, that this commit has some serious functionalities in it, and it is very important. So it emphasizes its importance. So next we have the we can run this tag like git tag a, git tag d, and git tag. Let me tell you what these commands do. Git tag a will basically create a tag. Now the question is, at which commit it creates the tag? Like it creates a tag at here. How we know that where it creates the tag? So it basically create a tag to that commit on which you are currently right now. The time I create a tag, there was no these commits like E to A. There was no none of these commits were made at that particular time. Only F and the previous commits were made. So that's why the tag will be added to that particular commit on which we are currently working, on which head is pointing, right? So git tag a will assign a tag to that commit. So the git tag d, it basically as clear from its name, d for delete, it will delete that tag from that particular commit. So if we say no, this commit has some bugs in it, we cannot put a tag at this commit, so we just remove the tag and made some changes, made another commit, and that put that tag to new commit. So the third is git tag. The git tag command basically shows all the tags in your repository, all the tags that are in the your project or software. So let's run this command. So right now we are where? So you can see head is pointing at master, and we are currently at this commit 1EE. The commit is named as created CSS file. Okay, so if I write the git tag a command like version 1.0, it's not necessary you have to write v 1.0. You can written version 1. You can write whatever you want. The name of tag you can decide by your own. So if we hit enter, so what it will do? Okay, basically it just open up the VS Code. It is now wanting me to write the message for the tag for particular commit right now. So tag, we say control S, and after I enter, so it created git tag a. Name of the tag is version 1. We can see the tag like git tag. Simply run this code, and here we have git tag version 1. Similarly, if we made more than 1 or 2 3 tags, then all of those tags will be listed in this point in this place. Like when we hit git tag, then it will show all the tags that are currently in our repository. Right now there is only one tag, so that's why it's showing the version 1. So let's run git one line again. So there's one little change will be occurred here. Right now you see this git one line, the head is pointing to master. Okay, so after creating the tag, if I hit the one line command again, so you can see that with the tag, with the master branch, now it is emphasizing, particularly saying that, hey, there is a tag of version 1 at this commit created CSS file. That means the CSS file is kind of important. That's why we have our tag at this particular commit. Okay, so why we use there's one more point why we use a command. A command is kind of, if we do not use a command, then it will create a soft tag. Okay, With a command, it is creating a bold tag, bold not in a sense clearly visible or visibly bold, not bold in a sense that the importance of bold tag is more than the importance of soft tag. So with the a command along with tag, it means the tag will be bold. It has more importance. So hope you understand this tag thing. So next, the tags are basically used like someone give. I'm working for some company and it gave me a module. I completed the module after every 2 days. I made commit and change. Then when I completed the module, I put the tag at that last commit so that the person will know that at which particular commit this module is proper functional. Okay. So tag will basically use to tell someone that now this version of something, this module is currently working very fine or something like that. Okay, am I okay? I'm taking a lot of time than expected. Well, just there's like 3 to more slides, 3 to 4 more slides. So I will cover it into 5 to 10 minutes. So next is the Git branch. Like I have told you earlier that me and my friend are working on a project. Okay, I am currently working on a branch named as front end. I will invite my friend to work with me on the same branch, but the thing is that there will be some conflicts, the branch conflicts. What will be the branch conflict? Like if I can tell you in a simpler way, like I write a line of code that in the body of a web, that paragraph is hello, how are you? And my friend also write a paragraph where it is he write like hello, where are you? So Git will get confused that whose code I need to accept. So that's where the kind of a branch conflict occur. That's why we use separate branch for a separate work. Okay, we will not do all the work in one branch. You are working in a company. Okay, the company told you to make a module like you are working on Facebook. Okay, simple. The company says that okay, we want a module in which the friend request the button will be displayed a little bit more fancy. So you are currently on working that button okay, button functionality. So you made a branch of button and you are working on that branch. Suddenly the company calls you, hey, we are at an emergency, we need to do another work right now. So you are right now currently working on a button branch. If you suddenly start doing the new functionality like friend request kind of message, like you need to add some functionalities in the message. So all the code that you have written into button branch, will you delete that code because you have to work for the like message that is important? You cannot work on the button branch anymore. So what will you do? That's where branch comes in. We are at the button branch. We basically do what? We stop all the work, we make commit, we then put that branch aside and make another branch named as message, and we then start the working at that particular branch, message branch. So we will write the all the thing relative to message thing in the message branch. So we make that module and then push to the main repository. After pushing it, we can again continue with our button branch. We will shift to button branch and then we'll start working where we left. This is what the Git branch kind of thing is. So I think I made it a little complex. Let's make it more simple. I have a website. I need to do work on front end. My friend need to do on a back end. Okay. I made a branch of front end and I allow my friend to work on a branch of back end. So we both are working on a different branch. He's doing some other work. I am doing some other work. But when we merge both of these branches, as you have already seen in various websites, that front end is also working and the back end is also working at the same time. So that's what occurs when we merge both of these branches. The functionality, the code will kind of merged, and they will run as a one. So this is the Git branches. The command is git branch and branch name. Okay, let me show you. Right now you see we are at the master branch. Let's make another branch, git branch. Let's front end. Okay, we make a new branch. We are just making a new branch and hit enter. Okay, now the front end branch is made, but you will see and you can ask that, hey, you said that front end branch is made, but why we are still at the master branch? Why? The answer is that front end branch is made in the Git, okay, but we have not shifted to that particular branch. We are currently at the master branch. We need to shift to that particular branch. For shifting to another branch, there is a code that is git checkout front end. Okay, so if I hit enter, though, then it will take me to that branch. But let me give you a tip or a kind of hint. If you are shifting to another branch, first make sure that all the work that you have been doing into your branch is been committed out, so that it will not lost on a future when you kind of merge those two branches. So let's get git checkout and front end. Now we are going to front end branch and hit enter. So you can see, let me clear it. You can see we are at front end branch. If I enter git log, what will it show? It will show that we are right now git head is at now front end branch, right? So now if I made all those things, then it will be made in the front end branch. Okay, this branch has been made from the master branch that we were previously using. If we just write git branch, then it will show these two things, front end and master. The star is pointing that head is currently at the front end, and all the changes will be made in front end, not in the master. Okay, so this is what git branch. Let's understand it visually. We have all these commits like before. Here's the tag button. I made another commit, another commit, another commit, another commit. At that commit, let's forget about sidebar for just 1 second. There is no sidebar considered. Only the master is showing at 3, and the head is pointing that we are currently at the master branch. Okay, so at the master branch, I created another branch. Okay, at this commit, as this particular commit. Right now, just I made this front end branch. I made a branch named sidebar. So the sidebar will take all these commits inside it, and also it will work as an independent. So in the next picture, you can see that head is at now sidebar. Okay, when we enter the git checkout command, the head will point to the sidebar. Okay, so now all the changes will be only made to sidebar command. You can see there is no red arrow going to B, because B master branch is kind of been separated right now. Right now we are only working on sidebar branch. In the next picture, you can see I have made committed 2 more commits, 2 more changes in the sidebar branch. So it will go a different way. So it will not affect the master branch. It will not create any kind of change in the master branch, but it will do all the changes in its own particular branch sidebar. Okay, so consider this as B is me and 7 is my friend. I am on a master branch and working on front end, and my friend is currently working on 7 back end. So sidebar is his branch. He's working on that branch. So after a particular time, we both made our changes. We made the website. Now we want to make it live. But the thing is that I do not have access to his code, because his code is some other on another branch, and my code is as master branch. So we will run the git merge command. Okay, so here we are, Git Merge Command. So basically it will merge all the commands into one. So you can see the my friend's branch and my branch has been now merged at this particular commit. Okay, so this is what the Git merge do. Git merge basically merge two branches right now at one particular time. The command is very simple, like okay, first I need to check out to master. Okay, I'm right now master. It is shown here master. So I want suppose I made changes in front end branch. Okay, I want to merge into master branch. To merge some other branch, the thing is that uh, the branch on which we need to merge some other branch, we have head on that branch. We will first check out to that particular branch. Like I have checked out the master branch because I want to merge the changes of front end to master branch. That's why I check out to the master branch. So here I will write the git checkout, no, not checkout, but git merge front end already up to date, because I have not made any kind of changes. That's why it is saying that already up to date. All the changes, both of these branches are already merged. Same changes are in both branches. But if you make some changes, that this will not say that already up to date. It will merge the two branches. So this is the checkout command. There's one more thing. Suppose you have not made a branch, like we make branch using git branch backend, like this we made the front end branch. Similarly we can make a backend branch, but after making the backend branch, if you remember, we write another command, checkout command, to go to that particular branch, right? But we can do this the two steps in one command. Like how? Git checkout b backend, git checkout b backend. What it does, it basically checkout, the command is saying git checkout means checkout, b mean branch, backend means backend branch. The command does what? If there is a backend branch, okay, it will check out to that backend branch. It will take you from master to backend branch. But if there is no backend branch, then it will automatically create a backend branch, then and move you to that branch. If I hit enter, so you can see that I am at backend branch. I have not made this branch already. So in this one line of code, I just made the branch and shift to that, check out to that branch. So if we write give branch and hit enter, then you can see it is showing us three branches: the back end, the front end, and the master. So we will work on these three branches for different work. And the same thing is that if you want to contribute to open source, then you will not use the master branch or main branch. This is not a good approach. You will use a different branch. Like if you are going to do 3 to 4 different types of work on a repository, then you will create 3 to 4 different branches. Talking about me, when I work with a company, then it assigned 2 works to me. Then that mistake I did, because I was newbie, I have no knowledge about it. So I made all the changes to main branch and that push it to their repository. Then they just simply reject it. They said, no, brother, you cannot directly make changes in main branch, because it is not a good approach. Because main is considered as the kind of master branch. So you will create some other branch, test all the changes. If they work well at your end, then you can merge it with master branch or main branch. But at first, on the starting, you cannot use master or main branch. Hope I am clear, making some sense right now. Okay, this is it for today's session. I know I have already made it too long. I'm extremely sorry for that. So now it is the question answer sessions. So if anybody has any question, then feel free to ask. I'm feeling like Ma'am Shaheen used to say, "बच्चों कोई है? बच्चों कोई है?" Okay, so okay, that's it for today's meeting. Now I will end it, and okay, there was some issue that okay, nobody has okay, my friend just texted me that someone is removing persons, so that is not a good thing, brother. Oh, that's okay. Okay, that's it for today, guys. I hope you have enjoyed this session. Hope you have learned something. I tried my best to deliver the message of what is the Git, how we can use it, and what is the advantage of the Git. That's it for today. Okay, thank you so much, guys.